Good day, everyone. This is Edwin Stitches. Today, we'll be looking at how to make a Tajia cap. The Tajia cap is a kind of cap used by Arewa people, that is Hausa people of the northern part of the Nigeria here. So today we'll be we'll be making that kind of cap with using Aso Oke, which is known as Ofi. So um, the materials we'll be making use of, we need our chalk, we need Ashok itself, then we need our tape rule, then I need our scissors, roller, we need steel, art steel. This is art steel. Then we need color steel. We need color steel. So and likewise our pen. So those are the materials that will be needed for this type of cap. Then don't forget we have to get iron, of course. That one is very important while making this type of cap. So the measurements for my client, I have measurement for my client. The measurement of my client is 21 and a half quarter. That is 21.75. 21.75. 21 and a half quarter. That is, we have this as our measurements. This is 21. It's 21 quarter, 21 and a half. 21 and a half quarter. So, and then on this, I'll be using instead of 21 and a half quarter now, I will round it up. I'll make it 22. Then I will add quarter to it, making 22. If my measurement is 23, so definitely I will be using 23 quarter. So we have our materials like this, but then the work is going to start on our stage and our interfacing, which is a first stage, last stage. So I will cut out the measurements I will be using for the cap. The measurement of my client, I will cut it out on the collar stage. So I'll have 21 and a half quarter, which is a 21 and a half quarter plus that little allowance I added, which is 22 now. I'll be cutting out 22, 22, and the circumference of the head now. So the height of the cap, we can make it three. We can make it three. We can make it three quarter. But most times, I to make the normal one, it is three and a half. Three and a half is good. So three and a half is okay. So I'll be using three and a half as the height of the cap. Three and a half. Because those Tajia cap, they are of different heights too. But the common one I make is I use the height of three and a half. Three and a half. So I'll have my straight line, then I'll roll it. So I have this. Then here is my starting point here. So I'm going to cut two of this. So I'm going to cut two of this. Two of this art stick. Don't forget my actual measurement plus half inch, plus quarter inch rather. So we add that one to it. So that quarter will serve as our allowance so that the cap will not be too tight on the edge. We don't use the actual measurement. So we cut it. Then we have two of these, and then we need one of these. This one is the collar stay. This one is the collar stay. I'll be using one of this one. Collar stay. So that one is always very easy to cut. So just notch it and tear it off. So it will give you the exact height you have measured there. So I will just put this one there, then I will cut it out. So I have the size of the cap now. So how will I go about it? Then I will now place this. I will place my stay. Then I will gum my stay now. This hard stay first. You place this one. You leave like 1 inch allowance or half-inch allowance at the down part. So you leave allowance here too. You can leave one. You can leave 1.5. You can use two. So depending on the availability of the material, but at least 1.5 is okay or one is okay for your allowance here. So I just leave a little allowance there. Probably let me just use one or 1/4 or whatever. So here leave like 1 inch. So then I will gum this. Then this collar stay is what we are going to place in the middle. This one will be put in the middle. So the essence of using collar stay is just to make the cap strong. It will be very strong or stronger than the way it is normally it should be. It will be stronger than the way it should be. So it will be stronger. So then we put this one to cover it up. That is an hard stay. This type of cap is very easy to make, and then it is sometimes trending. So especially in our own area here, people are making use of it very well for their whole harvest instead of using the normal Hausa cap. So you cut this. So the allowance here and here should be the same. If it is not the same, it is not necessary anyway. So I have this. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to sew this one. I will so that it will hold this stay. It will hold it down and to make it more stronger. So the next thing we are going to do now is now to move on to the sewing machine and sew this. So you're welcome. And just sew this. So let it be very straight and it shouldn't be too wide. I mean the spaces between the sewing, it shouldn't be too wide so that to make the cap very strong. The sewing is also working in line with the stage to make it more fair. So we are done. We are done with the sewing. So the next thing is just to can see. So the thread is even perfectly matched so that at least you do not see any traces of sewing. But if you are seeing it, there is nothing spoiled. It is also okay. So we have this. So the next thing is just to use a lining. We use lining. So I have my lining. It is a certain size of the fabric. It is the exact size of the fabric I bought. Yes, the exact size of the fabric. So I'm going to join lining to it now. So I'll be using this for my lining. So this is the front size of the lining. So I'll be putting the front size against the front size now. So the right size against the right size. Then I'm going to sew like a half or quarter, half or quarter. So the next thing you have to top stitch. You are going to top stitch. While top stitching, you make sure you top stitch on the lining, not like this. On the lining, top stitch on the lining. So we are good to go. We are almost done. So now we have this. So the next thing you are going to do is just to fold it and pick your actual measurement. So at this point now, at this point, so look at it at this measuring end here. At this point, fold it, and then you fold this side too. Fold it the other way around. Then you chalk it. You are going to chalk it so that you know the the points of that where the gum state are made there. Then you do the same thing at the other side. So at this point, if it is very convenient for you to just pick that point, so you can just pick it without chopping it. But it's good to always be on the safer side. So I have two different points now, so I can pin the points together to know where those stay, where they meet. So that is the last point where I'm going to sew now. So I will sew this place. Hope we can see clearly. So you sew at the edge of the stay. So we done it, and then top stitch again, or you double stitch so that it will be very strong. So if you like, you can just trim off the little excesses you have there. You can trim it off, or you can stick as well with it. I don't want it to be too much, so that's the reason why I'm cutting it part of it away. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to open this up, open it, then you flip this one to the other side. So let it follow that space. So you flip it to the other side. Then you flip it to the other side, then you sew. I will explain something here. I will explain something. Let me quickly explain something before I flip it to the other side, so that it will be clearer. So now, the height I need after this stay here, I will need one quarter. I need one quarter. One quarter. That's the height after this gum stay. So I need one quarter. So some people use one. You can as well use one, but I prefer using one quarter. So this one quarter, I'm going to put this. So I have that one quarter. Then I will flip this thing over. This lining, I will flip it over. So you can see I have little part of color stay. I've got the material inside. So I will top stitch this side. I will sew this one. I will hold it down. Then I'm done with that. So the next thing you are going to do is just to hold this place to sew this side too. You sew this side. So I've done that. Then you cut the excess. The excess you have here, you cut it away. So I have this. This is what I have. You can see the only thing that is left for us now is just to put the cover. So let's see how we get the cover done. Let's go to the cutting table. So now to make the cover of the cap now. So I'll be using this soft ordinary stay now. So you can use cloth stay anyway. So I don't want to be using art stay. I can use art stay. I use art stay sometimes. When do I need use art stay? That is when I want to put that I don't know the name of that thing. That tondo they normally put on the head. So when they want, I want to use that one. Then I use art stay so that the head will be very strong to hold that tondo. But for now, for this one, the client did not require request for that one. So I'm making ordinary normal cover for it. Then we have different shapes. We have two different shapes. We have the round shape now, the circle, and then we have the oval one. So here I make use of over be it Awolowo cap or whatever, except if I'm using making normal conventional Yoruba cap. That is when I use brand shape. I know that one can assume any shape when you put it on. But if I'm doing this or I'm making Awolowo cap, I use an oval shape. I use oval shape so that it will be stand well on the edge and then to fold. It will be very easy for me to fold. Why not on? So now I will place this thing, my cap. I'll place it on this stay, ordinary stay. Then I'm going to make I'm going to use it to trace out the size of my head now. I'm doing this thing from inside. So I have this, but I will make sure that I retrace it so that it will be perfect. If you are used to making a Awolowo cap, I think we will not have an issue with this. We will not have issue with it. So I have this. Then I will be adding sewing allowance. You have to add sewing allowance to it so that you'll be able to, it will match perfectly when you put it on the cap. So the sewing allowance I'm adding now is just like quarter and 1/8, or you can put half, but when you put half it will be too big. It will be too big, so you have cause to be squeezing it or folding it. So don't let it reach half. Just put little allowance there. Then you may now cut this thing out. Cut the stay. You cut it out. So let me pick my scissors. So I have this. So I have this. Just the same way you cut the cover of the Awolowo cap. So don't worry, if you don't make out to make Awolowo cap, I can still make video on that one. So I think that's my area of interest. I'm the specialist of that. So I have this. So this is what I'm going to put on my fabric. I'll put this on my fabric and gum it to it. So if the fabric will not be, if the fabric is not wide enough, then you can just join to the fabric at the sides. You can join it. So you have the gum side here. So you are going to put it here. So thank God it's sizes it. So I'll manage it. Then you can now trim it. So if you like, you can refold it and see if it is half, if it is symmetric, so that the this side will be the same thing as this side. You can see I have the same thing. So if I pick the center, so the next thing is just to cut my lining too. I will cut my lining too. Cut lining. Cut your lining. So then what you do is just to sew this. You sew this lining to the cap here. So when you do that, you sew it round. Then when you sew it round, then you trim it off. So when you trim it off, then you place it on this. So let's go to the sewing table. So for this, it is going to be a rough side against the rough side. Place the rough side against the rough side. If there is any on the line, then you sew at the edge. So I have this. Then you are going to trim it off, trim the excess. So this is what we have. You can see how strong it is now. So it is now to join it to the card. So now you can see we have it like this. This is the inner part of it. So this lining side and this lining side must be outside. They must be outside. So the next thing you are going to do, you are going to start your sewing from this side. You can see this joining side. That is where you are going to start your sewing. So that is going to be the back. So the front here, you can see we have front and back now. This place is the back, so this place is the front. So at this front here, you are going to attach it. You hold it down using pin. Now use pin to hold it down. Use pin, then hold it down. So you can see. So the front is on hold now. So I'll now sewing. I'll start my sewing from the back, from this joining. So I'll put it like this, or if you like, you can do it like this, depending on how it is convenient for you. But then I make my own this way. So just the allowance you picked to sew. So I don't know if you can see clearly. So you make sure that the edge of this cover is matching the edge of this fabric. So you'll be setting the edges, the edge rather, sorry. So so when you get to the pen, you remove it, remove the pen, and then continue sewing. So you are getting there gradually. So I'm almost done. Just make sure that the thing matches the edge. So I'm actually done with it. Actually done with it, but I'm going to double sew it. So I'll sew it once again so that the edge will be very fair. So I'll make sure I sew it with again. So while doing that, I'll use the other side. That's now be very convenient to move now. You can see. You can see. You can see. So see. So that it will be very firm and strong. So we are done with our cap, but it's not over until it is over. Then the next thing we are going to do now You can't just leave it like this. You can see how it is. You can't just leave it like this. You have to go to the weaving machine and then you weave the edge. Weave it so that it will give you perfect finishing. So you weave this edge. So we'll be moving on to the weaving machine now and then say I have this. So we are going to see the final touch when we are finally done. So this is the end product of our cap. You can see after weaving, you see how neat the inside there is. So then you turn it to the other side, flip it over. So this is what we have. Then you give it a nice pressing. Iron it very well. That is what brings about the beauty. It brings out the beauty of the cap. So not should not make sense like this until you iron it. Then if you want to iron it, how do you iron it? Then you fold it like this. You can see you fold it like this. Then you iron. You can see. Then make sure you iron this place very well. So that's what brings the beauty of the cap. So when it is well ironed, then you see the beauty. So we have this, then you turn it to the other side so like this. Turn it to the other side, then you iron. So when you are done, if you want to use it, if you add them starch, you can use starch. So when you add them starch to it, you make it very strong and stable, more than this. So this is what we have. This is what we have. Then I'll open it. So when I open it, I have this. You can see the shape already. So you can see you have this already. So when you add starch to it, make it more stable. So this is the back, this is the back, and this is the front. So now depends on how you want to position it when it is on your head. So it is not my actual size anyway, but I think it can still size me. So it's not that big for my head. You can see. So this is what we have. This is what we have. You can see. And then if you like, if you don't want to make it this way, you don't want to, you can make it this way. Some people do this way too. So some people do this way too. So it depends on how you want it. You can see. So this is how to make a Tajia cap using Aso Oke or coffee. So thanks for watching. If you find this video useful, don't forget to subscribe and then don't forget to give us a thumbs up and do remember to turn on the notification bell so that each time I upload a useful video like this, you will be notified. Thank you.